Now I have to restart the video. And this is gonna be public now, as well. Holy fuck, man. 2 hours of ranting. First point. Fuck your money. You can buy me if you want. Shocking. I know, that's mind-blowing, dude. If you miss the opportunity, it will feel really, really bad, okay? You can buy YouTube CEO for a little while. Fucking crazy, right? I'm just sitting here. I don't care about money. I'm not reaching out for this shit because I don't know where I'm gonna spend it. I know I need to solidify my future, but you know what? I don't have a future when this fucking sucks, you know? I don't want to be sitting here on my money and burning it when everything around me fucking sucks. It's terrible, okay? And rich people have nothing. They have no life anymore. I barely think if they exist at all. You know, so yeah. This is where it begins, okay? This is why the topic of money doesn't actually matter on YouTube right now. Yeah, everyone wants it, everyone's obsessed with it, but it doesn't matter, okay? I can strip it away, and I'm the only person who can fucking do it, who can out-survive this and outlast the insanity of what everyone is obsessed about, and I'm not. I wish I had it. You can still buy me if you want. I'm just not gonna put effort directly into trying and grabbing. It's so hard because it just doesn't just come down naturally. It's not something that flows like water, okay? It's a well restricted system of life, literally. It's people killing themselves by allowing themselves to live. It's insane. It's immoral, dude. Yeah, once you go insane, it's actually, the world is a lot more entertaining. So I can understand government feeding my mom with welfare, but holy shit. Everyone else flexing with their money? You're not doing anything. You're not doing any kind of influence on me. You have nothing. You don't have influence on me despite being rich. It is mind-blowing. It continues to blow my mind. By the way, ignore everyone on fucking Discord. They're just insects, okay? Die insect. I went outside. I was so fucking frustrated. I had to go on a fucking hike, basically. And for a few hours, right? Just go for a fucking long and tedious walk and do whatever I feel like it. And for me, it feels like so painful. But you sit down, you look at the insects, and then you compare them with the houses. Technically, it's the same fucking thing. Insects don't matter. Houses are not alive, okay? Houses are our creation. But it's not just our creation, it's a creation of our experience and time, while the insects are kind of like their own creation. Nature's its own creation based on how we interact with nature. I mean, what do you think? Nature does not evolve around us. You know, it's always going to evolve around the most powerful creatures nature has, okay? The ones who have to be respected. So, we have to put it down. Human is the most respected creature by nature. It's pretty obvious, but you have to understand that. You have to allow that to fucking flow as an information once you observe things. And again, you have to observe these two dynamics of big things versus tiny things. There are no dinosaurs, guys. Maybe back in the day humans made dinosaurs and dragons because they didn't know how to build houses. Maybe they just overfed their pets and they turned so fucking big. Maybe that's the story of where dinosaurs come from. I don't know. But I just know that human was always the most respected creature in nature. Whatever human looked like back in the day. Probably not a dinosaur. Okay, and human is something that is capable of choosing what to do, what to eat, where to go, everything. It can choose everything. It's the most free creature out there. The one that bends the environment around itself. So, that's why you have to respect nature too. Respect back. Because you're receiving respect, so you have to understand, where it comes from. So you get closer to respect. You have to respect just to get that proximity going. Okay? To visualize it. To naturalize it. Understand it better. Why is it so important to pick up respect? To feel respected? Oh, wait. Did I hear self-esteem? Okay. Do I need to link it to you? Self-esteem. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Susan gets an F. That's how I call the video. I'm really frustrated with her work. But that's the whole point. She's an elementary teacher. She's nothing better than that. And she has no clue what happens next in YouTube history, okay? At some point, you have been a part of YouTube history, and it's over, okay? It might not happen to me, though, because being tier 4 means that you kind of just... You are YouTube. I literally hold the definition of what YouTube is. So I can't die unless YouTube dies, that's a lot deeper than that. Can't die unless YouTube dies. So YouTube CEO can be replaced potentially. I can give it up. But the real question is, can I escape being tier 4 on YouTube? Once I give it up, that doesn't mean I'm garbage. I'm useless to YouTube, or I don't care about it anymore. Like, just like a normal passion project, I get attached to it, and I first see my limits, what my limits are. So at first, right now, what I'm doing an easy job, doing something easy just to get attention and to see who actually fucking cares anymore, I am desperate to see if anyone cares anymore. All the way up here, everyone's obsessed with money, but they hold on to it and they think it's the most valuable thing in the universe, when you don't hold on to yourself, your self-esteem, and you don't throw it as a test. I don't welcome you to say hi, hi back to me. I welcome you to express yourself. If you don't do that, congratulations. You failed that first opportunity, and you keep on failing, and you will never, graduate this class. Well, keep on failing, and you will never graduate. Simple things. There you go. So this will keep on piling on. It is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. right now this is not giving me any influence points. I'm just sitting, continuing on my rant, preparing myself to watch more Susan videos, which is now Satan W. I'm ready for it. Satan is my first letter and W is my middle letter. So I have Susan unlocked, baby. Satan. Oh wow. Okay. Look at that. Spawned. I paw it. I paw this entire Satan thing, and I replace it, with paw that ends with W, and then I can steal that stupid last. Also, it ends with Ned. Okay. But yeah, that's cool. No. Susan. Well, if you want to be real cute about it, you get Sataned here. Okay, you like being Sataned, or you want to be Susaned? So here's a few things that can happen to you. You can get spawned. You can get Susaned, Sataned. So which one do you choose, right? There's probably one more in there somewhere. Susan means you're gonna be sent to US. Fuck this shit. But let's see how far people can get. What does that mean? What does it mean to be spawned? Fuck that shit. I don't know, dude. USA, dude. Look at that. Still retains USA. I know ETA means something, right? Such a fucking weird deal, dude. So weird. United States of America. Wow. Yeah. Oh, you want to get pawed? Pawned. Okay. Pawed. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out. There might be another one hidden. Shitnet. That's right. That's all I can think of right now. Just poop. Poop in my mouth. It's not the first time YouTube CEO said poop in my mouth. Am I right? Like, it's crazy. I have to sit. Just fucking lock me up at this point, so I can be crazy alone. Because nobody cares about anything, Oh wait, I can't get locked up because people will start caring. And that's not cool at all. Like, I just have to find my own place and scream my own insanity right now. And wait. Because people will start caring eventually. People start deteriorating eventually. Okay, it's not like everyone is doing it right now. But if it's my passion, just like with Minecraft, I remind you guys, I knew Minecraft was going to hit hard, okay? It became the most powerful game ever. I knew it. I fucking knew. I knew fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a thing that I loved, okay? And Hearthstone is still something I love. It just continues. It continues growing. But now I feel I love something else. And guess what? I never failed so far. So I'm holding on to it. And I got this. The only problem, the real problem is it might be too good to handle. Nothing can kill me but fucking kindness, okay? People's kindness can only kill me. Because all of a sudden my world just flips upside down. Where were you this whole fucking time, Like What the fuck do I do to get my voice out there? Get my first 1,000 subscribbles. No, it should be a natural thing that Susan tells me. Because you need the first 1,000 subscribbles. Well, and normally, in normal circumstances on a platform, if I want 1,000 subscribbles, I just grab it. You know, I'm just like, grab it and put it in my mouth. You know, fucking hell. 1,000 subscribbles. Free. Just put it in your mouth. You want 1,000 subscribbles. It is totally free, dude. It's mind-blowing. Oh wait, it isn't. Nobody knows how to get the first 1,000 subscribbles. Only Mr. Beast knows that it's a problem. Probably. If you're under 100,000 subscribbles, please enter my competition. Oh, it's US only, by the way. Mr. Beast. I thought you fly your viewers. Fly them. Nah, he just picks them up from the street. Are you subscribed to Mr. Beast, homeless man? Oh, thank God. Thank God. You're gonna get more thousands of dollars now. Disgusting, dude. Disgusting. Mr. Beast's not saint, okay? He grabs cheap opportunities because the work that he's doing is so expensive. He has to fucking cheap out on certain things for sure. Believe me. He cheaps out on the challenges. He cheaps out on the video ideas. Just randomizes it. There's probably a video idea randomizer somewhere hidden in his locket. Somewhere, dude. Maybe he does whatever the first thing comes out of his wife's mouth right now. Like, whatever. Like, buy someone a house, you know? Buy a subscriber a house. It's like... He makes his wife upset, and that's what he gets, is the first response. And it's like, yeah. And you'll be happy about it now. Because that's exactly what I will do. To simp, you know? Simp. I found you anyways. But, yeah, this is... this is continuation after I lost my voice, so... Cool, you know? Thanks, Susan. Thanks. I don't know. I just sit here and I wait for things to happen. And they don't, but I become stronger somehow. It's incredible. It makes no sense, right? For most people. Well, being patient? No. You just grab the first thing that comes to my mind. You know? And get in trouble. Am I right? And then fight that trouble for the rest of your life. That's fucking crazy way to live, dude. You literally do that. Imagine, oh, I just made an accidental child. You know, you wake up one day and you don't love your child anymore. Whoops, you know. You really wanted it, though, apparently. Because it takes quite a few check marks to get to the point of where you have a family. And you singled out. Because the husband left you or whatever. Like this takes a lot. You really wanted something. And terrible decision making happened. No patience at all. I hate to be in that position right now. Or I feel like that kid. Honestly. I'm sure I'm not alone, but because we have shitty parents now. We have exploded population. Exploded and vicious too. But eventually rich people will start settling down and fucking opening their eyes. Or a new invention. Eye opener. If they don't if they don't have an eye opener, I can sell it to them. I can even sell eye opening services where I open their eyes and pour acid because they haven't used their eyes for a long time. I want to see if they feel pain at all, you know? That's why I use eye opener. I don't know what they would use it for. It's kind of weird. Eye opener to see things. Wow! To have a perspective for the first time in forever. Jesus Christ. You need a perspective to be able to live life. A perspective, okay? So, we broke down what YouTube is. YouTube is nothing spectacular, okay? It's not a job that you can employ yourself into. You have to do something else. You have to keep employing yourself until you can pretend that you have employed yourself. You have to keep on feeding your subscribers, so you have to keep on uploading videos and still retaining relevance and re-uploading your videos if you have to. But like, that's what you gotta do, boy. You gotta do some weird shit in order to stay afloat on YouTube. That's fucking crazy. I mean, the first thing as a CEO, what you want to do is an Article 13. Stop people from doing weird shit. Okay? Chasing money, not a very honorable idea that YouTube should stand for. It's not very honorable, okay? I know people donate, but people also rip off. It's the same fucking principle, meaning that it's double as bad, okay? If you rip off someone, you don't know where to donate anymore. You don't have morality. So you're gonna just lose all this power that you would have as a wonderful piñata, okay? You can grow up and be a piñata, a rich little piñata, okay? Just preparing my baseball bat right away. Just show me what you had. Oh, you're not gonna show me? You think piñatas work when I'm blindfolded? Yeah, good luck with that. Let's see how much else I don't need an eye opener, okay? It's my invention. So don't blindfold me when I'm chasing my piñata down the street. Yeah, it's weird shit. Stop it. Okay? Someone has to fucking say this is weird. Okay? T-Series versus PewDiePie. Even that was weird. Bitch lasagna? That's weird. What the fuck does that even mean? How much more offensive can you get? You know? It's weirdly offensive. It's like, what does that mean? Please explain your stupid shit. What else is weird on YouTube? Because, like, am I really fixated on that one thing on T-Series? I know T-Series is weird, but it's not like it's a behavior type of thing. It's more like it can be understood very easily. You know, India is so overpopulated. Might as well give them the title of most subscribed channel. They did it. They figured it out. Eventually, I guess. Oh boy. So, it sucks. I don't know what weird shit is out there right now. I can't tell you about it. Because YouTube itself is doing some weird shit already. So are you just propagating this sort of behavior? I don't think prank channels were weird at all, by the way. I don't think criticism videos were weird. But right now it does feel weird. Let me just jump into YouTube and say what exactly feels weird about it. So homepage again. What's the first thing that's weird? By the way, this is most content that I watch. But it doesn't mean that it's not weird. How much small YouTubers make? Oh, YouTube really wants me to fucking watch some Money driven. Just this is weird. Isn't this weird? This is a weird thumbnail. You want to clean up the weirdness first. It's the first thing you do as an authority figure. Stop this weird shit, dude. Just be clean in terms of how you feel, because you have very little emotions as an authority figure. You don't want to be weirded out of your emotions. You don't want to feel awkward when you jump into YouTube, because it's going to destroy your self-esteem. Authorities cannot allow weird shit. They can't allow something like a 2019 YouTube rewind. That is weird, dude. That just went from something that was very well established as an idea into something that I don't even know what it is anymore. What the fuck is that? It's weird. Don't even try to be weird like that. It's crazy. So they clearly don't understand what this principle means. It's so important to clean up. So I have to say it. It destroys serious people self-esteem, authority. Mostly authority. Some people don't have authority, but they are very serious. I'm very serious about my shit. That's why I swear a lot. It's the only way you know, man. I'm serious. Think I'm lying about something? Think I don't care about something? Well, test me. You didn't do that. So you have to assume that I'm serious. Especially if my video is 3 hours long. Like, there's no way to escape this anymore. One thing... Oh shit, it's mining. Hearthstone, buddy. I found a new rule. Let's replace this one. Let's say 6 legendaries. Probably 5 is good enough already. 5 legendaries. It's called Rich Boy. You can afford 5 legendaries that you can actually play. Probably not a point, but and also I will never play Hearthstone ever again on this laptop. So forget about watching Hearthstone. But I can rant about it occasionally if you want. Okay. I'm watching PewDiePie review the gay video. The 6 gay and 1 straight hiding and pretending to be gay. And I know I hate everything about gay stuff, because I know essentially these are people that you can break down very easily and break their self-esteem eventually. They would love to fight back, and they would love to tell you how fucking amazing it is to feel gay, you know, and all that shit. Get a life. It's easy kill, dude. That's why being gay sucks, okay, and why people don't want to do it unless we are baby boomed out of into this crazy fucking world where you can be anything you want in the first place. Like, it's crazy. But it doesn't end there. You know, you have rich parents, you're born in a rich family. What happens when they die? Okay, do you still retain all their legacy? No. Fuck no. You're gonna lose everything most of the time. You're gonna shut down their businesses and all that. All this legacy is gonna be cut in pieces. Everyone should look at these fucking children as piñatas as well. But the explosive piñata, you don't even have to have a bat. You just sit there, they explode, and you collect all the candy. Just look at them for long enough. I see you, gay. You gaying around, huh? That's what gay means, dude. Someone who's just losing self-esteem rapidly, eventually. They blow themselves up in ego very, very quickly, but they also very quickly lose that as well. Because it's unrefinable material. It's not something you can actually explore very well. Like my interactions with the boys, can I explore it deep enough? Can I look through their eyes? Can I find gays easily? None of these things are easy or efficient or reliable or something that you can be proud of. Holy shit. You can take the challenge and feel proud of taking a challenge, but like, fuck me, man. I don't understand gay people. Nada. Okay? Not at all. I'm not homophobe. I'm just so confused that I'm homophobe anyways. You know, like, whoa, this must be an alien of some kind. Or just US citizen, so it doesn't make a difference. Alien to me. Imagine this, I have so much self-esteem, I'm afraid to have children. Ever. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense that I can raise a child. Feeding him self-esteem, like that's the first thing that is gonna get knocked out of the game of life. Someone who's poor and has incredible self-esteem. Damn. It's a perfect child, obviously. But that's the problem. I can't control myself. I need to find establishment. I need to find safe spaces. I can't just feed insanity into someone. Because that's what self-esteem is when you're poor. It's absolute insanity. You're hoping, you're waiting, you're wanting life, you don't have life yet. You want people to fucking wake up and start treating people fairly. All these things. Just sharing information, sharing insights of how life actually works. I don't want to break down how life works from my perspective, because all there is insanity that cannot be watched. And but within that insanity, you break things down quite a bit. I can't really share much to other people, but I can probably put them on a straight line of how to use insanity. If they're in a similar position as I am, we can learn from each other, absolutely. Being able to understand each other, that's a gift. But, so how do I use insanity? Okay. Being poor with a high self. So the question is, how do I use it? What makes me so fucking special? First of all, you must hold on to every single valuable thing you can possibly have right now, or have accumulated, or every opportunity you can get that doesn't break your fucking soul. You will know when it's happening, and you know that you might not be able to come back to it, so you have to squeeze yourself as best as possible. I still regret leaving RuneScape gold selling, but at the same time it's so cringe that it's not like an automated system by now. The developers don't give a fuck to allow people to participate in this and sell their gold in real life, exchange into real life value, in and out. They should take over. I mean, if it's possible, it's their responsibility, you know, to keep that possibility close and not leave it to someone else. Or is it illegal somehow? It's fucking weird, dude. Is it illegal? Illegal? Fight back against the stupid government. I mean, how the fuck did they... Yeah, it's... That's what these big companies are afraid of. They're just afraid of moving... doing things like that. But they can secretly do things anyways. They can re-employ and legitimize businesses and be also detached from these legal realms. I don't want to see ramifications. I just... You know... Busts, okay? Legal busts. You cannot be busted anymore. Because it's your employees that decided to explore this new territory. That's what they should do. They should just make those businesses more reliable. I would even employ myself then. Back. You know, I would help for sure. It's profitable. It's still a sane job. But I'm sure there's so many jobs out there and nobody wanna fucking build them. You know, out there available, but they have to be built and people have to be invited. And those people who have been invited, they have to continue that trend of inviting more and stretching the jobs. Every job is supposed to be stretchable and dividable and shareable. None of this is happening, so it confuses the shit out of me. To the point where I that's what insanity is. It's not like the insanity is in self-esteem. Like, okay, I'm smart. That's where I draw self-esteem. So, normally the most direct way to draw self-esteem is what society deems as normal, right? So how do you use self-esteem? I mean, insanity. Remember that means you are outsider. And now you have to understand what insanity means based on that criteria. You're an outsider, you're rogue. And you can potentially feed insanity into anything you want. So let's say I'm feeding the insanity into YouTube CEO. I feel that I have enough to break it down. Once I feed enough insanity, I can... So here you go. That's... Feed insanity into anything you like. And a fucking rainbow. If people are allowed to be gay, you're allowed to be insane. Okay? That's just straight up, man. It can't be more straight than that. If people are allowed to fuck up their sexual gender identities, all this fucking weird thing that you look at a person and you have to see it, okay? You fucking have to see it and know what his life purpose is or whatever. Or at least now that we internet personalities, that started breaking down, obviously. Now over the internet we can pretend anything. We don't have to face reality of our sexuality at all. It gets so fucking awkward, dude. It's insanely awkward. And it's like also military went overboard with making people gay. Okay? The gay bomb is a thing, and mostly because of how military treats you. You know? It rips you apart from your loved ones. Especially a girl that you like. Oh man, it's gonna rip you apart completely. If not turn you gay. It's just insane. But if there's so much insanity, if you can rip apart being poor and self-esteem and create this inequality within yourself that makes no sense, like, that's a very powerful weapon, okay? Insanity. You can, but learning how to use that, that's gonna take quite a lot of time. Okay, I'm just discovering this, just defining. I'm scared to use it because, like, I know every weapon of this caliber is a lot more powerful than just killing people. It's reprogramming, repurposing, changing people's minds, changing people's behavior, creating those win-win situations where the other person doesn't know whether they're winning or not. They don't care whether they're winning or not. So you just keep their wins at minimum and you take the maximum win. It's just some shady shit, dude, when it comes to world manipulation weapons of mass manipulation. I mean, it gets fucking insane. If you mass manipulate people, you can also do it physically and bomb them and destroy their lives, and you get nothing out of it. You just lose bombs by doing so. You have to remember that manipulation is like the highest tier weapon. That's the hardest thing to use because it's used all the time. Manipulation is just a way of life. It's just simple. It's interactions that break another person because they want to be broken. You know? They expect to be broken. You just break them and get the candy. And it's like, oh, nice piñata. Rebuild yourself. Get the fuck out of my face now. Disgusting. Clean up yourself. Clean up after yourself. I'll just take the candy. That's it. It's that simple. The moment people start rotting, they're ripe. You can sink your teeth into them. Congratulations. It's fucking crazy. But that's the insanity that I live in. I'll have to unleash it, okay, onto the internet and see how powerful it is. 3 hours every fucking time, dude. Every time. Just sit here and die from insanity. You can't die from insanity. That's the crazy part. You can get very close. Oh boy. Wow. But can you really die? How dangerous is insanity? Now, manipulation feed. It's so powerful, it's crazy. I don't know, dude. Here's a quick reminder. Besides that other reminder, because I literally just wrote remember that. My mom is invalid for society. It's crazy. But just because someone is valid for society, but enough valid people don't just naturally. It doesn't mean much at all. This thing, it just means that a person cannot get a job easily anymore, or will just have too many problems to deal with if it had a job. It's fucking weird, dude. Yeah, it's like at this point someone should just slap me in the face and say, get a job. You know, everyone struggles to find a job. Just fucking get one. I also struggle to find a single sane person, which is why every day I suck in insanity and eventually it's just gonna pop or turn into some fucking crazy thing you have never thought existed before. Okay? That also I was trying to find. You know, I was trying to find every single point in the book. I was trying to find every single point in the book that I laid down right here, which is a good place to stay, good job, good relationships. What's that? Any useful service. Anything fucking useful, okay? Because, barbershop, very useful? No, you can kill yourself. if you're a barbershop person, because I'm never gonna fucking visit that place. I'm done, okay? Restaurants, not useful, okay? Make your own food, way cheaper, way more reliable. Fuck that shit, okay? Fuck that shit. I don't need to be served on this stuff. Maybe you can bake a pizza, but pizza is just a sandwich. So like, nothing exists that makes sense as a service. What else exists as a service? Government is not a service, by the way. And people praise that. I mean, I'm scratching my head and people praise this shit. I don't know, dude. Just don't know. I know everything you buy on the internet is kind of a service, so buying things from Amazon, buying technology, somewhat a service. What is technology, by the way? It's crazy. It's almost like a part of rent. It's not a relation, nothing. It's just beyond those things. It's literally an ability to... It's something that would come with a house, honestly, technology. It's like fucking buying a couch. You buy technology too, alongside, for the house, for making sure that you don't have to leave the house if anything bad happening outside. So that's a part of the rent thing. I got the rent nailed down. One thing from this list, like, perfect, okay? And still, I am struggling. Because I'm in if you really think about it, I am screwed. I'm in mom's basement and my laptop keeps fucking breaking down. So, no. Neither of these things properly working. Maybe rent is, like, top tier. Figured out. Well, like, honestly... wow. I certainly cannot care for other people, but you know, you kind of get tired of people telling about themselves and how they're living. But will you ever be tired of, like, people struggling to get? I mean, when someone is not struggling, he becomes irrelevant all of a sudden. What, he's gonna share happiness with you? No, he's gonna try and run away now. It's like, catch me, motherfucker, you know? That sort of stuff. And technically, they just want attention because now they're dead. Now they're rich, they're happy, they're dead. You know, that's cool. And they should be left alone. It's the opposite that's supposed to happen. Can you imagine? The world is so crazy. Poor people are unpopular. Another mind-blowing fact, honestly. Fuck. Wow, just no. Astonished? No. What the fuck? What's your name, buddy? Exploding head. What the fuck? Exploding. How did you miss all these points? Just a mind blow, dude. What the fuck? Microsoft. Fucking idiots. Okay. Calm down. Why is that? Why are we so unpopular? I get why basic people who are doing basic services, just selling you stuff, are unpopular. You know, those McDonald's dudes, you know, they're naturally unpopular. They have no, like, nothing going on for them. They're just figured out. You know, they're boring people. That's the worst fact about them. But technically, like, you can't mock them either. You're fucking insane. They have a job. It's crazy. They have a job. But yeah, now as a YouTube CEO, I'll time out everyone. I'll piss off everyone I can. Because not everyone pays attention at all. And anyone who doesn't pay attention, I'll DM like as many people as I can based on my interests, right? I'll DM them. And the moment I'll start popping up and they haven't answered my DMs because I'm poor and I'm unpopular, if they follow this fucking principle, they're screwed. They're fucking dead. The YouTube channel is tanked, man. I'm gonna send a little tank in there and shoot them in the face, you know, and see how that works. That's just what they deserve right now. If they're gonna start, sucking up to me because I'm a YouTube CEO all of a sudden, just magically, you know, it just happens. But yeah, I'm gonna be sending these official YouTube CEO welcome packs, basically. Just DM that. Seems like comes from a random creeper, but you always have to double check. You know, you never know what happens. So this Instagram thing is gonna be like the next Smash Bros. Once it's established. I'm almost there, okay? This is the year of Ari and Instagram. Instagrande, okay? Don't forget about that. Poor people are the first people that you're gonna be like back and forth, best conversations ever. You know, people who are willing to give away their wealth. Because you have to first start with that, obviously. Not every poor person is a fucking wonderful dude. Like, you have to test whether I mean, it's just the principle is very fact checked, okay? Yeah, you want to take advantage of a rich person, but how do you take advantage of them? By not giving them attention. That's the only way you win. And people didn't fucking figure that out in 2,000 years. For 2,000 years, they didn't figure out that you don't give attention, you mock a rich person. Yeah, they're gonna fucking send people after you, but they have to pay for it, you know? It doesn't fucking matter. A rich person is always gonna lose value the moment you start ignoring him. So, yeah. The moment you're not happy when they're too happy, when they're projecting too much happiness all over this Instagram shit. Ariana Grande, by the way, she's not projecting a lot of happiness, okay? She's projecting sometimes the cringe happiness and then the dark, moody emotions. Not even close to happiness at all. So, like, that's a poor person right there. I get it. Okay? I get it. You have money, but, like, you don't have enough poor people around you and stuff. And it's like, And I'm still, like, wondering, are you a poor person, though? Is this okay? Is this okay for a celebrity to be poor? The same way it's like I'm a tier 4 person trying to get by on YouTube. Am I poor and unpopular? Yep. Double check. Okay. Double checked. So crazy. And I feed off of this insanity to become just as insane as the world is. Just to be able to keep up. Like, whoa. But at the same time, I found my matrix. I love this matrix. Can I take it? I'll just plug it off. Just rip it apart, okay? Rip it off this Satan's ass. So fucking hell. We found a Satan. Magic, man. Fucking black magic. Black magic Satan's ass. That's what it is. Susan. I will never be able to say her last name. I think it's fascinating. It is fascinating how unrelatable a person can get. It's like a wonderful example. Well, I control YouTube and I make all these stupid decisions and everyone hates me. And I'm still trying to make videos and appeal to people that I work very hard. Well, Are you sure you're working very hard? Or you just pretend working? You know, like, it's a little bit of a difference. I don't work very hard, admittedly, but I feel that people need me. You know, the way that I behave, people need me. The way I survive, the mentality that I keep with me, they need me. But then the question is, who's gonna need me the most? Who's gonna actually make moves? You know? Who's actually moving in the world and is emotional? Because once you stop being emotional, you're paralyzed. You lose. You lose, man. You're just a loser. Just like I've never thought this is gonna be a discovery. Such a big deal. But people think they are doing something, but they're not doing anything. If you don't reply to people, if you don't give them attention that they give to you, and not like, oh, they said something nice to me, so I have to thank them. Fuck that shit. You know? Thank You Next is not a thank you song, okay? It's a breakup song. You don't thank people, okay, for being nice to you. You thank people for completing a task. You know? For making you happy. And seeing that they made you happy. So they have to face that happiness. They have to see how insane it makes you feel sometimes, or just emotional. You just feed them the emotions that they made for you. But how do you fucking get to that face-to-face adventure? Well, that's a date, right? So technically, people can suck up to you on Facebook, on whatever, and mostly this applies to girls. Guys will never get praise from girls unless they, again, do this shirtless, topless, sexy boy, you know, candy store deal. It's like, well, you can date me now, and the first person I see that's hot, I will fucking conjoin brothers type of deal. Well, now we're girlfriend and boyfriend because I'm so lonely forever. I don't have choices. It's tragic, I would say. And the worst thing is every fucking guy ruins every fucking girl. Okay? This is a point now at this point. Every guy who grabs a girlfriend ruins her. Just straight up. And this is like why in the back of girls' head is like, I like bad boys. Because bad boys are the only ones who want to grab a girlfriend. But at the same time, you know you're gonna be ruined. You know you're gonna be just fucked, left alone, dumped, blah blah blah. He will ruin his emotional state eventually, just fade out. Just grabbing a girl, that's not even how you do it. You don't grab someone and pretend. Date, you know, you have to let the emotions sink in deep in both cases, because if you left emotional and the other person is like left completely free from your grasp, that's fucking crazy, okay? You will go fucking crazy if they get out. Because if you're trying to grab a girlfriend and you're feeling very emotional and she runs away, wow, she can break you instead. Either way, she's ruined, not the man. Man does not get ruined, okay? The man gets pathetically stressed out about some random girl, basically, that he grabbed and held on to. It's not something that ruins a man. He has to just find out how to stand up and do another take on the same fucking deal. Okay, just a little bit better. I mean, men are so good at grabbing girlfriends, but not good at making good relationships. So that's what ruins the girl. It's like, why did you grab me? Why were you so desperate? You have to prove that point. every time you do it. And for me, because I'm not grabbing anyone, I'm just feeding them my emotions, they get stronger, but they also feel awkward. It's like, well, is that all I need to receive to, you know? But because they have no concept now, they're most of them are ruined. Most of them are ruined by social pressure or whatever, right? Like, well, the guy has to grab a girlfriend, and the way guys grab a girlfriend, it gets so fucking awkward and stupid. The amount of stress they have to go through just to get there, the amount of sacrifice. Literally, you have to go to war technically to get a girlfriend, even for a limited amount of time after she gets ruined, you know, and she just gets dumped. Whether she chose that or not, like, it doesn't mean anything. She just gets ruined. And all of a sudden, now you have all these shitty people running around and pretending to be something, pretending to have something. It's like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Fix everything? Are you fucking serious? Because the moment I start fixing, I start owning it, okay? I fix you, I own you. So you better run. You better run, you little piece of shit. Now you're turning into a little insect that I can crush, fix, or torture. Torture. Turn you into a slave. It's like, you're ruined, you gotta run. And people who will face emotions like I have, they're not in for a nice ride at all. I survived some crazy shit, and I'm like, whoa. I wonder what would happen if other people felt the same way that I did. Huh. But that's the point. You feed insanity and people just go insane. And you can manipulate that. And wow, it's amazing. So we're gonna watch some more horror films made by Susan, the Satan of YouTube. Because as long as she's a CEO of YouTube, technically, right? Technically speaking, she's kind of now a Satan of YouTube. Just Black Magic spoke, tagged her, and nobody likes her anyway. So it's like, well, if you're a very disliked person, you must be Satan. You must be Hitler. You know, like, damn, you got some competition. Because everyone wants to be the most hated person. It's just, how long can you survive that battle? I mean, I will respect her to death if she wants to go that far. Let's be literal. Let's be alliterated. I have alliterated myself. Do you even read books? You shouldn't. But it's a good job. It's a good job. I feel educated, honestly. YouTube is the best thing that ever happened to me, so I have to give back and point out a finger at a Satan and sit down and laugh until one of us breaks. I feel that I have a lot of stamina left, though. I'm not sure about you. You know, releasing these 3-hour, pretty good stamina. Am I right? Lots of free time. Keep running like a hamster in a wheel. Just chasing my fucking success right now. Can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Because, see, I'm not gaining any subscribers, and I'm not jumping into these pools of communities. But I'm gathering self-esteem, and I'm still gathering acknowledgement of what's going on YouTube. So technically, I have to be discovered. I can't just go out there and poke communities. They get very upset, and they kind of tag along just to hate train on you. It never ends well, okay? This is what I felt. I felt like I jumped on Antoine's Discord, I get nothing. I technically get nothing. Get maybe one friend that literally mocked everything I did, but still attached to me. but at the same time wanted to run away at any time, okay? Anytime I would say something, he would reply. And that's just where we were going with that. And it was entertaining, sort of, to some degree, until it was too cringe to try and keep it going. I'm not sure what's up now. I don't want to see that person, just like I don't want to see Vector back in this stupid Discord, okay? Discord is not stupid, but from his perspective, it would be stupid to come back, okay? Like, no. This is good thing that I'm mastering right now. I'm kind of chilling here the same way I'm gonna next year chill on Instagram and start DMing famous people just because I'm a YouTube CEO, you know? I have self-esteem to pay for this shit. I just have to ping enough people and let them ignore me, you know? If enough people ignore me, I probably kill myself. Yeah. There's no way out of this. Yeah, honestly, it's not that easy. It is not. You still have to make sure that the message is coherent and people understand what kind of memes you're making. And you have to understand them. But the real question is, how do I learn that stuff at all? How to learn coherence? How to learn how to manipulate people's emotions? I can't. So I can go only to a certain extent, obviously, and show effort. And then maybe in the end of, like, I DM'd that many celebrities, right? Basically, after every celebrity, I will pick up their follower number and just plug it in, right? So I'm gonna be like a Pac-Man collecting people with a lot of followers, just DMing anyone that I care about, obviously, because then I cannot make a coherent message. Am I gonna open up some fucking football veteran and be like, oh, football sucks because it's a weird game, it doesn't provide any value to society, and you get paid so much for some kind of weird entertainment that should have died just like books should have died. It's a good shot. I have one bullet so far against football people. If I feel like it, I can take a shot. But if I'm taking a shot, should I take a more reliable approach where I'm shooting someone with low following? Should I take see, you never shoot a person with a little amount of followers, because they will ignore you as fuck. They will see your message, but they can't reply to it. So what's the point? I just fed someone like my superpowers. They will now have superpowers for a week or something. Just because they got attention from a real person, you know, with real emotions put into that, you know, that behavior. This is crazy. When I saw that happen, I'm like, wait, what? Here's what happened. I DM a girl. I ask her a question, okay? And then she's like, she doesn't reply to me, but then she posts a story soon after. Oh, ask me questions, please. What just happened? Did my question turn into a dream all of a sudden? Please, do you have questions for me? I love questions now. What the fuck happened? I'm gonna fucking cry. How ridiculous this is. Are you fucking kidding me? You can get you just ask me, okay? Just ask me. You just give me attention and see what happens. Maybe you're gonna craft a better dream, essentially, but nah. It's too much already. I only have 1,000 followers. I can't reply to you, but I still have enough followers to ask if there are more emotional people like you. I know I will never. You know, after Rebecca Black liked my drawing, you know, fan art, I'm like, I'm on a next level now. I feel like You know, I was liked by the greatest Instagrammer ever, so somewhere up there, you know, somewhere up there. I'm just not popular enough. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, so I know I have a lot of influence. I know that. It's just that that influence doesn't break the ice. So that ice means, people are emotionally just frozen. It's definitely a thing that I have to write down. And remind you guys the clock, how the clock works. So at low levels, when you're feeling low, you're probably working. You're probably at a job when you're feeling low. When you're feeling super low, it's up to you how you feel. It's up to you how you kill yourself, basically. The tier 0 is yours. It's total freedom. I don't have to worry about time anymore. Okay? You can go to a fucking cave and do your thing. But when you're working, you're gonna be faced with a lot of, let's say, fiery people with a lot of ego. People in your workplace, there's always some people who have worked so fucking long that they just feel that they have an edge on you, that they will never get fired, that sort of stuff. So they can tease you or whatever. They intimidate, just shitty stuff, but like, yeah, push you around, bully. There's a lot of bullies around. And you have to understand this is just a natural environment for bullies to thrive. Not only in low levels of school, but in workplaces too, where the business happens. People bully each other around just because that's what emotionally enables them. But essentially, once you're too emotionally enabled, people hate you again, because you're now you have to be a scientist all of a sudden. But the reason why Susan is being hated is she's not emotional at all. She's just throwing numbers, facts, beliefs, bad habits. Nobody likes her personality, first of all. And that's where you start. You start making sure that your personality fits. Her personality still fits to hold this, but I would be embarrassed as a part of YouTube. You know, like, there's a lot of people in tier 3. There are celebrities that are, taking advantage of YouTube. So you're not that fucking special, Susan. Okay? You have a YouTube channel. Congratulations. This is as far as you get. As YouTube CEO, you have a responsibility to try and compete for this, for your own platform. Try and beat it. Just like I have a game that I made, I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can, because that's the experience that I need. I know that. So, seeing this hypocritical shit happening, of course it's gonna flip my balls. Of course I'm gonna fucking start smashing windows and get me in here, okay? Let me work for you. Make me your intern. I know what's gonna happen in the end. We both fucking fight, I win. It's a simple fucking game that we're playing, okay? It's like, how long can you survive? That's your credit score right now. You're getting score for how much I have to rant and prove to people that I'm a good boy, I can do this, and she has to fucking defend her castle and all that shit. But we have to do it peacefully. We have to do it legit, to where, like, she doesn't give me shit and turns me into a demon dragon. That's what Aldor is, I believe. It's a demon dragon. So you can be a dragonborn and say Fusro Da in someone's face, and you're still probably gonna knock them off their feet. As a demon dragon, like, that's a lot of power. Okay, you don't want to awaken that, Susan. Okay, don't do it. Susan. Because, you know, it's a choice. There is no choice of like, I will ban this person and I will stop him from attacking my platform. There's a choice of, I feed him more insanity, because that's an insane thing to do. To stop someone from doing effort, you know? You can stop me from being poor, for example. You can try and divert, but it's still a castle building game, okay? You're like, oh, look at all these things that you can have. Not wealthy boy. I think you miss some of those things. And I pick up a healthy laptop. Well, I'm gonna use that. A nice microphone, just a nice YouTube setup is like, she could fucking hook me up, you know what I'm saying? Hook me up with that YouTube shit. And I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, Susan, you got me. You got me, Princess. Princess Peach. No need to fight when you're so fucking wealthy. Are you kidding me? You're just gonna feed me insanity. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, oh, did I said something wrong? Did I offended everyone? Including you? I thought you were the hardest one to get offended by things. I thought you were the tolerant one. I thought you allow, you know, people to express their opinions on your platform, despite, you know, them being monetized and not monetized to a certain extent, obviously. So, if I compare myself to Alex Jones, for example, well, I will not get banned for a long time, that means, right? Until I get into some political bullshit, my insanity gets out of control, and I establish an operation that probably should be banned because we should be independent at this point. And we are. They are. Alex Jones was completely independent. He had his own website anyways. So it's like, what's the point then? Banning someone like that is kind of a natural occurrence. I think same goes for Stefan Molyneux, and it was inevitable, and I am okay with that. Okay. He can have his own platform by now. He should have figured it out. You know, that sort of stuff. You can do those warning shots at him. But people like myself, we still have to grow some balls all the way up to those old people. That takes a while. So I hope you're ready, you know, like, give me the floor. Or you can just straight up give me the platform that I require, you know, like, that's also a thing. Just allow me to do this. Don't feed me insanity. Because banning me is like the worst. The worst. And just think about it this way right now. Just because I'm worrying about something, I'm already under insanity. Why make it worse? Why? It's like, do you want every Christmas to celebrate with you know, school shooting or something? Let's shoot up some schools now before Christmas. How about that for a trend? How about I coin some terms real fast? And it's not a threat, it's just how I feel. It's crazy, right? Expressing how I feel takes a lot of guts because you say some crazy shit like that. It will offend a lot of people, but people have to understand it's good to be offended. You stop thinking about political shit. It doesn't matter. And you start thinking about what actually offends you and how did I make you feel. You know, like, finally. You're going to start thinking again. You're going to start being stressed out. Leveling up that, you know. When you're offended, think about it this way. I just gifted you a pickaxe. Go fucking play your stupid Minecraft, real life. Good luck, dude. Let's see how far you're gonna mine. Because if I made you outrage, I manipulated you. You're just like that. That's the most beautiful sentence ever. You know, if I can feel that way, that's That's spectacular. What else do we have? It's a patience game for me. But the problem is I don't... Well, I'm inching. I'm discovering the world slowly. Spiral myself into growing, and it's certainly a fucking disaster. It feels that way. Because any time you can just give up, you're not being rewarded well enough. I'm rewarding myself. I'm doing my own journey. Something that nobody can keep up with because everyone just vectorizing forward. Let's grab the most expensive and useless things and offend everyone. Truly. Like, most of the time people... they are traumatized, obviously. They get offended at themselves knowing something is wrong. It's like... But they're trying to throw the blame on you. So you not only offend them, but also fix their situation, fix their emotion. Because the thing is, like, oh, you're emotionally unhappy. But that means you have a quest. You look at the quest and it's like, oh, it's not completed yet. And of course you're unhappy. But at least you have a capacity to be unhappy. You have a capacity to exist just a little bit more than you normally did. Okay? Now you have a quest. How are you going to complete it? Do you want me to watch you? Because I will definitely not complete it for you. I don't give a fuck. But I can still be a spectator, okay? I still care because I kind of offended you for that reason. And that's the only thing you can ask for. But people obviously are greedy because they love making mistakes like this, where they don't gradually ask for things, but they just maximize the grab, you know? Just like with every guy grabbing a girlfriend, they're trying to maximize what they get out of life immediately, and that's just a bad strategy. Just straight up bad strategy. No. Because obviously the maximum is going to be a mistake, so you're taking a risk, first of all. Then you're minimizing, and as you're minimizing, people notice that, and they keep on bidding you until you minimize yourself into a fucking ant. And you disappear from the world completely. You just become irrelevant. This is why people just can't reply to me at all, okay? They can't talk to me. They're little ants who have maximized their expectations, and I destroy their expectations immediately. They can't have them anymore. I say no. It's literally that game. It's literally me just talking English destroys 90% of people's expectations about me. So they got minimized immediately to a very small toddler. Okay? A midget toddler. So if I do something else stupid, that's probably cutting them in half each time. That's how people feel. They have very unstable emotional fucking control, where they don't allow... They have huge privacy, basically. People have huge privacy. Sometimes. But right now, we're kind of entering this new state of a 4. So now the common people are not only not aggressive, they're now defensive and silent and ignorant. So it used to be back in the day, you write them a message, they would write back, but they would be quite aggressive on that sense. It's like, why are you bothering me, you know? What's wrong with you? What? The best one. I don't know. We can figure out together. But neither of these people... Well, I can't judge personalities, you know. This does not tell whether a conversation is going to be successful or not. It's just going to tell you how it's going to go. So I can't judge any of that. I can just tell you what usually happens back in the day, and what's starting to happen now as a new trend. Just ignore everything now, because internet is too overwhelming. Why are you on the internet? How much do you exist? Please let me know, because that is a stat that I need to consider before talking to you. Will you reply 100% of the time, 90% of the time, 70% of the time, only to the people that you feel safe about? All these little things, because that's probably the most important part, is communication. So you have to set up a reply rate, basically. Just the rate of interest. But that's just another internet invention that will never happen for like fucking 10 years or something. Because the moment you start a project, it's never finalized until... I'm not starting any projects, by the way. I'm just walking around and picking up ideas, and I'm like, well, whenever I find a fit person, I'm gonna throw this rock at them and see if they can handle it. Otherwise, I'll just pick it up again and throw it at another person. It's literally... That's what rune crafting is. It's idea crafting. Okay? Pretty good deal. You pick up an idea, you throw at it, and you hope it sticks. Or you hope the person can handle it. And will execute it. You have to double check if it all worked out well. So you have to also have a copy of an idea, just in case. Also, if you're crafting ideas, you're going to be more aware of the things that you want to see in the world, and once they appear, bam, you got it. You're going to take that shit. You're going to be happy now. You completed a quest. Technically, it's also quest crafting. Because you want to finish that idea into reality. It's just simple. Now, yeah, I mean, some people can be disappointed that I'm not taking a lot of action. I just talk. I'm very good at talking, though. So you can try and figure out what magical skills you need to have to transform my talking into something else, and how valuable that's going to be. It's literally like the basis, the base resource. And I would say this is the base resource of YouTube and the internet itself. Someone talking, okay, you can start commenting around and crawling around, but the first thing first, I'm not going to let you talk. Everyone is banned from the internet, okay, remember? You have to find your place in this Discord where people are just going to be awkwardly silent. And it's gonna be hardcore, basically. It's hardcore difficulty unleashed. I give you 3 strikes. So you know, you're gonna play this old school YouTube game. I'm gonna play with you this way. If you wanna fucking troll on me, you get 3 strikes, and you're out. And you have to do it in public. It's the most disgusting thing you can ever experience. Can you imagine? And because these people might just come down at any point and start defending me, you know, like all of a sudden. Not everyone hates me that much, you know, like I don't know, but if they do, and they would, you know, when you are in a part of an environment, you don't want to get banned that easily. Like, it kind of feels awkward, and I kind of know that now, because I kicked someone out and they came back, and they kind of came back swinging. So I'm like, wait, that's kind of awkward. The moment I interacted with you, then you started caring. I know that's how it works, but it's still awkward. It still pisses me off, you know? I'm just spitting out fire here, and you're just a spectator to a dragon, you know? Oh, he's becoming a bigger and bigger dragon the more I stare at it. Okay, I hope it works out for you. You know, I hope your little village of a spectator village doesn't burn out after a dragon wakes up. Like, that's pretty sad. it gets pretty sad very quickly. Okay, I got something generated here. Let's see how it fits. Because I said, where the fuck is my... Okay, poor people are unpopular. Now, following that up, because I need to follow it up. Okay, you have to understand. We have some like college going on, which makes people poor, you know? And all of a sudden you're popular because you're surrounded by people. It's almost like an automated system. You turn yourself poor, you go away from your mom and pop, out of your basement, into this real world, quote unquote, that's gonna rip you into shreds and gonna make you poor, force the poorness into you, and make you popular at the same time, technically. But it's a very, very forced way of doing it, and that's what instills people the reverse ideology. College creates reverse ideology of what people are, of which people are poor, and then makes them popular instead of people who can't even go to college, you know, because they don't have to. You don't have to anymore. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to do none of that shit. You just bump into this wall of like, oh, I'm going through college, and that has to die as well. This trend has to die. The moment this trend dies, things are gonna start reversing so badly. But there's obviously a trend of trends of people, you know, following whatever everyone else is following instead of common sense. Because common sense is difficult to generate and find and trust. All this stuff takes time, but it's time that you definitely have, especially if you are wasting time in school. You realize, oh, anytime I have time, I just have to do that and not worry about schoolwork, homework. None of that shit matters. Believe me, none of it matters. It's just a waste of time. So this reverse idea it's intense, man. Yeah, the system wants to pretend that every time it's gonna be perfect, and it's gonna turn poor people into working people. But it's not doing that because it doesn't even care about poor people, you know? It already thinks that it can create its own system of managing popularity and all that shit. It's fucking weird. But one thing is, I was poor and I was popular, okay? I was able to push out a book, get a little bit of popularity. I might not being able to pop that popularity, okay? Turn it into something real. I just some basic rant thing that was a book. I was doing this rant video shit style for my school in a book format. Congratulations, you know? Except I wasn't that great at it, and I didn't claim to have any authority of any kind, which now I do. Because I didn't have any control. I mean, it was just a spark. It's just a spark. Nothing that's overwhelming. Nothing that's going to reveal totally what my future is. Just a spark. And it made me popular enough to where, like, well, people picked it up as a service, you know, as a product of my suffering, whatever. They don't know that. They just picked it up because something was popping up and like they needed to know what's going on. But the reality is I was poor and I needed to become popular. Okay? Like everything that I was going to do is gonna make me popular. Every little shitty thing, literally every move felt like it was gaining me attention. It's just the attention was never directed to me. The attention was always directed, can we gossip about it? How hardcore is the gossip gonna be, you know? Like, everyone is just drugging themselves off and putting up walls. Because, like, oh, but we're not gonna give you the gossip, because we're bad guys, you know? Like, wow. So the real question is, like, who's the first one to start breaking the ice? The first person, I'm gonna fucking grab it. I don't care if it loses an arm when I grab that person. That's how much force I'm gonna exert. Because fuck it, you know. You're dead to me anyways, you know. Everyone else is dead to me. Because I want that force to evenly distribute my frustration with people who build these walls and who love to just shut down when something is happening. You know, like this, where I just can't stop being frustrated because the frustration keeps growing from everyone else's ignorance. It just keeps growing because, like, they followed things that the system would love them to follow, okay? Pay for this shit. Pretend that you're gonna get a job that you like, you know, that you built slowly and steadily by being an intern, you know, getting attention from you, the bosses around you, the people who mentor you, you know, they grow you up. Nobody wants to be a parent, okay? But somehow they shit out a bunch of kids, and now we're slaves to the system, you know? It's probably some systematic control of manipulation happened, and now we're just shit doomed to fight each other to death. Okay? That's insane. You know, that's how I feel about this. We're stuck in this Hunger Games scenario, and the system loves it so much that I know for a fact the next decade, after this entire bullshit, a coronavirus evolves into an actual Hunger Games. Like, actually. Deadly behavior from people. Not just school shootings. No. People will start establishing themselves beyond that. So you're just a spark. And as long as it keeps creating passion and people are like, yeah, that makes sense, it's gonna keep on making sense and keep on happening. You know, like if it's not gonna be stopped in a most systematic approach, which, you know, you have to counter fire with fire, system with systems. So you have to break down people who are turning into these monsters and are gonna go against everyone else, like, just to win the Hunger Games. What are you winning Hunger Games for? It's just life. That's what life is. That's what life you have received from people who think they can handle this much parenting. They can't even give you a fucking job. They tell you to move out and, wow, as if you can figure it out for yourself. No, you can't. You go outside into a wonderful world of fuck you, basically. Of nobody giving you a fuck, okay? And if they do give you a fuck, it's just pleasure. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not a conversation. Conversation has to start a fuck, because you first fuck your mind, and then you feel pleasure as a reward for the amount of relationship you have accumulated with a person. Otherwise, if you're doing one night stand, you don't understand at all. You don't understand life at all. Just need something, and you buy it, and you think it's cheap. But people have to sacrifice their entire lives for that pleasure, okay? And they have to create a service. And creating a service, turning yourself into a job freak, that's not even legal job, technically. Again, it's technically prostitution. One night stand, if you think about it. It's prostitution. let's hope you're not paying for it. Most of the time you are. So every single time it's just the worst strategies are being realized, and nobody cares. But at least it's public. The system wants to observe you, so we have a natural desire to observe each other. You know? To gossip means yes, you have to download my shit, and you have to observe what I'm doing. The scariest part is, my YouTube channel is not being observed. The moment I picked up English language, I put on a mask from everyone who's Lithuanian, right? Like, it's a very big statement, I would say, that I made. Now I'm invisible to everyone. Because, like, English-speaking countries, oh, you're just trying to be popular. Everyone's trying to make it on YouTube, you know? And Lithuanians just don't give a fuck, because they think, like, their language is the shit, you know? It's like, this is what I grew up on. This is the way that I spread drama and spread disease. That's what you're fucking spreading. I mean, it's amazing. I think that's exactly how people spread disease. Language. That's exactly how people win wars. Language. Like, this is the most powerful weapon I have ever found so far, and that's why I'm tier 4. You know, like, the moment you upgrade your weaponry, you kind of level up at the same time, and usually it becomes more and more peaceful, but more and more confusing of how it really works, and what really the effect is going to be. When your aim has to be super precise and manufactured by yourself, everything has to be fucking carefully adapted to your target. Like, that's mind-blowing. You have to take so much responsibility. You can't just pick up a gun and give all responsibility to the gun, okay? And that's why guns are bannable. Absolutely. Preventable. You don't need public to have guns. You just have to have enough guns in the public as much as you create police. See, if you want to create police as a government, you also have to create counter-police. Just because, okay? Oh boy, just because. You know, police can go out of control with their power level of arrogance. The same goes for science. There's probably a reason to put counter-science of some kind. Embrace conspiracy theories, that's all I know. To a certain extent. As much science as you're accepting, the same amount of conspiracy theories you have to accept, allow to exist at least. Okay? So once science goes rogue and arrogant and builds NASA and pretends that space exists when it's useless, well, fuck. That is really huge waste of money and resources and attention. And cool, MatPat can make another video about science, but I will not watch this video, you know, like, I will not like it. All of a sudden, a good YouTuber is being hijacked by some fucking ideology. Because it's intimidating. Yeah, it seems like it's building him up, but it's breaking him down. And it just needs to be exposed. But I don't want to expose nobody who I trusted to, you know their shit. They can expose themselves. They can roast themselves. They can do that job, you know. If someone can do that job for themselves, maybe you can trust that. If they're not doing it, then you can't attack it. And technically, maybe that's how people feel about me. You know, as long as I'm doing self-improvement, I am immune to most people's arrogance, basically. But once I stop improving myself, people probably gonna start bothering me. But the problem is now, people don't even care anymore. I improved to that level where they can't judge me anymore. Because if I wasn't improving, my insanity would kind of like leak into different places and do weird things, obviously. But people just stay away. People just think it's like my territory and they just have to back off. That's, I think, how they behave at the moment. There's no other way to say it, but yeah, that's how vampires project themselves. They allow you to pretend that they have power through intimidation. They attack huge chunks of territory, but they also leave a lot of territory hanging with low self-esteem. The only thing you have to do is just break the ice, because it's a cold, heartless territory right now. That's why vampires are so fucking heartless. They're very, very targeted towards, what they want. They're hunters, technically. And they leave huge territories unchecked, uncared for. They lose friends faster than anyone else because they make a lot of friends and they lose a lot of friends. So just because, I don't make a lot of friends, that doesn't mean that I am a loser. That's crazy. That would make me feel like a piece of shit. That's something that people can now argue against me. That's oh boy, I don't like that. Did my dude? He's still here. Okay, the Neo. That's old school Matrix, motherfucker. Movies are old school Matrix, by the way. And I don't have too much respect for Keanu, but he exists on the map, so congratulations. That's a wonderful. Not because of Matrix, though. Matrix will never give him credit whatsoever, I don't think. It's just a special little thing that he's renowned for, and just not influential for. Because Neo in Matrix is actually a not influential character at all. He's just it's like a first-person perspective. It allows you to have that, so you forget about Neo as a thing. Neo is just trying to get that whole experience of a newbie entering the Matrix revealed to you, but that's kind of it. Most people just care about the first Matrix movie and that critical decision: do I enter or do I leave and become a loser because I lost a great opportunity? You always take the opportunity. You always take the red pill. It's like, what kind of fucking meme is that? So Neo wasn't even thinking about it. It's like, well, all this shit was happening in my life. I was going insane, but there was this opportunity constantly presenting itself, so of course you take it. Like, wow. Whoa. How crazy can you get, right? And so, I don't think opportunities presented to myself, but I now have to play the role of this Matrix maker, basically. Recruiter. Not a recruiter that shows up in your face, but someone who decided your fate. Will you enter the Matrix or not? Someone that probably never even showed up in the Matrix movie. Someone who actually runs the whole operation. Not Morpheus. Morpheus is just someone just sticks up their intimidating face and says, this is serious opportunity, you probably need to take this, but you also have to have just a little bit of guts to swallow a pill. A pill can do anything to you, but come on, like, are we really here to murder you or torture you? You kind of have to think about it, actually. If one pill can make you go to sleep, it is important to trust the other person. But when someone says, I'm here to give you the truth and nothing but the truth, that's kind of cool. I don't know what what you should follow in order to trust people is the hardest thing to figure out. Because you can be scared of scams so deeply. One way to avoid scams, which is quite a considerable way to trust people, is to make sure that the whole conversation is emotionless. Emotions don't get in the way too much in what you're trying to piece together as a trust mechanic. The emotions are going to come into play the moment you are now trusting and things are happening. Then you scream and shout and do whatever the fuck you want, because the moment they break the contract, the emotions come flooding in the place to try and wash away the contract, try and switch up the way it works. That's how I think it works. That's how trust works. So you do have to note this down. Trust established without emotion. Once contract is broken, let it flood loosely. Loosely, right? Loosely, okay. Scream and shout, motherfucker. It's the same thing. How about rage? How about that? Do whatever. Just switch up the contract for something better. So all you have to do is just find that breakage point. You're literally creating a dam, and you're also finding ways to gonna break it. Because you want to be emotional eventually. You don't want to be bound by contracts. So once you break it naturally, and nobody's really too mad about it, nobody just says, "Oh, you broke the contract. I don't trust you anymore." Like, because trust is like mutual. It's both-sided. So here you go. Just a little sneak peek more into Matrix, how it works. This is the next thing that I found that's fascinating. If you are under a lot of stress, your memory gets clogged up, I wouldn't be able to make a video, basically. There's a lot of situations when this is happening and I'm still trying to make a video, and obviously not every single time I'm just a smooth presenter. And even just thinking about it, that your self-esteem can get clogged up and you can have a panic attack. That's something you have to have as a reference. That's how it happens. It's like, well, you're losing all this memory and you start panicking and you keep on losing it. Essentially, there should be like a saving grace system, because you can actually get into a really, really dark place as you keep losing memory. And it feels like, oh, I lost memory, and I lost control over this process, because it feels so intriguing to observe yourself having a panic attack. Even just talking about it is the most dangerous thing ever. Like, wow, okay, that's scary. That is the scary. It's almost like, you know, I'm a person that would normally exist on a dark web, but I just somehow don't. You know, I'm just existing individually on my own terms. And I'm really trying to just be a nice person. On the dark web, people might care about you, but in a hostile way. Because they know they can take advantage of you. And they kind of pick up psychology a little bit. Not much at all, though. They just get that fear mode, because they survived fear, so they know how to fucking detect it. But that's just smell of fear, okay? It's just the most casual thing ever. It's like, I smell your armpits. Wow, congratulations. It means so much to you, doesn't it? And once you trigger fear, that doesn't mean that I can't recover from it. It's just like the memory starts turning into panic attack, and it doesn't mean that I can't stop. and relax, you know. But it is difficult. It's weird, and I want like some kind of mirror thing. What is the saving grace there? I don't even know, actually. When I went really, really deep into a panic attack, it seems that there's some things you can attach yourself to, and you constantly do. You constantly attach yourself to other people. So, let's say you have amnesia, other people can remind you who you are, and you have to have people that you trust, technically. But at the same time, if you don't have friends, if you don't have other people, you still have the knowledge of what kind of relationship you have, of how the other people would define you. So there's this constant panic attack that redefines who you are. It's all about, it's about giving up to others and how they feel about you. It's still an attack on your personality, by the way. It's still something you might want to shield yourself from, and not allow panic attacks to manifest, because it makes you paranoid, because you realize the impact that other people have on you. But when you attach to the people that are constant, and you feel good about them, and they define you as, well, they don't even have to, like people that I put on the map, people I specifically put in my team, I feel like they help me define myself in that critical moment when the self-esteem is being challenged and I need to recover my memory. It's crazy thing, by the way, right? You can already realize there's a health bar that is being drained based on how much self-esteem you have and how much stress you are. Because if I have to use my memory right now, I won't be able to do a good job if I run out of it, you know, if I have nothing to say. That's crazy. But when my self-esteem is great, I perform pretty well making this video. I don't have to write a script or anything. I just keep going based on what I have to think about. Verbalize that. Easy. But I still have to access memory over and over again. And holy shit, it's getting darker and darker right now. Fuck. So there's the darkness aspect, I think. This feels like that. This feels like it's so close to knowledge. That memory is so close to knowledge. But it's almost at the same time, I feel like I'm talking about fucking skills now. I already highlighted these skills, you know. There's also fishing skill. So maybe I am improving or building Creeper's Forge from the very, very ground up. Like zero. The ground zero. There's gonna be just a few pixels on the screen, right? That's a game right there. 1 pixel at a time. Or it could be a reality where you do have to interact with me and collect actual experience. As long as it's coded, though. Because it allows people to simulate that shit. That's a lot more interesting. Honestly, the most interesting part is to release a goddamn... first of all, reach that breaking point for my engine, and then release a version that kind of incorporates a very simple mechanics like these. Where runecrafting doesn't necessarily have to be idea crafting, and doesn't necessarily have to be just some rocks with symbols that do different things. It could be a lot of things. I could make a game that actually takes advantage of every single mechanic to the max. So fishing skill, it seems like a meme, but every time I have to watch a video, I have to find one first. You know I have to watch videos on YouTube as my category of control now. So how do I find it? How do I fish out things that I like? Okay. Fishing doesn't seem that crazy, you know? You're just fishing out fish. So you're just trying to capture one. You don't actually have too many choices. But that's ancient fishing, by the way. The real fishing skill is going to the market and finding the things that you truly need. The real fishing skill is actually connected with hunting more than anything. Actually, it's realizing right in front of my eyes as I speak. All the way up here, right? No, YouTube Rewind, right? Where did I put it? No, definitely up there. Okay. I will even fucking pin it. Because it's so fucking powerful now. It's already here. Trading and fishing comes hand in hand. It's unbelievable. Relationship is ability to find things, to capture things. Like, wow, okay. We almost kind of like melting down to like one particular skill. So ability to access a market and find the things that you need. And the deals that you need. That's what fishing is. You get all these deals and you have to find the one that fits. We could come up with some kind of cool concept here if we just smash those two concepts together into one giant skill and then treat it as elements and then whatever. You know how the rest goes. It's just a fun little game. Totally harmless, you know? It's just another harmless game. So I pinned that shit. Now we have access to this ultimate reference. And there's a bunch of storylines that doesn't matter actually anymore. But only because we're constantly evolving. If something doesn't matter, if I look back and it doesn't matter anymore, wow, that's a lot of evolution made. Because, but only it applies to the work that you do. It's the same thing like YouTubers say, I look back 6 years ago, I released some crazy cringy videos. I don't want to remember that anymore. And that's fine. This is why I urge YouTube to have this system where you collect 2 million subscribers and you release yourself from all this torture. And you go to the next level. You allow yourself 5 million subscribers. Now you have to build a better channel and see how that goes. You know, it should be quite a threshold, and it's almost like roguelike game. It's the best way to play anything. Once you reach something, you have to recognize failures and you have to challenge yourself just a little bit harder. I'm saying 2 million subscribers as something defined, but no, I wouldn't really define it specifically that way. I would think about all the failures that you have collected over time that crashes your channel eventually. All the things that you pushed forward and stretched yourself out, but it burnt you and damaged your reputation, and you have to reset this entire thing because you know you have collected experience and that experience can be reset, which is crazy. Okay, maybe that's the power of learning, is ability to reset a skill and maybe I'll give you like this bonus rate of experience instead. That would be a lot easier to program, by the way. Resetting a skill, but also quite challenging minigame. The way it was intended, I intended it to be match 3. So the more experience you have collected, the harder it would get to reset the skill. But you would want it just to get that experience boost. Kind of. Nobody wants to reset the skill. Nobody wants to go down to 0 subscribers all of a sudden. Obviously also get that bonus. Once you reset the skill, successfully, you get that bonus experience of how much you don't lose. But it gets crazier and crazier, absolutely. Yeah, because you will retain subscribers. You will retain your closest fans by succeeding in making a channel. So here you go, another thing. Learning skill. Successfully resetting a channel. Honestly, now that I'm talking about this shit like this, what, we just create a tuber simulator again? Another tuber simulator? How about that, you know? It's a fucking crazy idea, but it could definitely work. A tuber simulator. The way it was intended to be made, okay? Something that people attach to a little bit, and maybe now I can throw some memes at some people and they're gonna get triggered to play this game. Even they have no idea that I created something else. So, I mean, Creeper's Forge is not a great meme. It's just a good way to look at Minecraft as an RPG. But I treat it as a great meme. I can always change my mind. You know, I still do treat it. But it's on a core aspect, it seems pretty boring. It doesn't seem like I can mix all the passions that I have collected so far, especially the passion of just being a YouTube CEO. Like, why don't I just make a game where I am a YouTube CEO 100% of the time, and I allow you to get those sweet numbers and show basically people how YouTube's supposed to work if you simulate making videos. Now that is fucking awesome. If I figured out how to do it better than PewDiePie did it, maybe I'm onto something, you know? So, considering ripping off simulator to YouTubers. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good idea. Because literally now just a bunch of skills are there for you to explore in a different environment, though, in a more modern environment. And that, I think that's a good challenge for me to have. Because when you pick up Minecraft, you're like, well, I want to be rewarded for all these blocks that I mine, and you just turn yourself into some kind of weird cookie clicker game eventually. It's a 3D cookie clicker game, so that's fucking amazing, right? But I want to go so far and deep and take the greatest idea I can handle over long period of time. And most importantly, I want to have that framework so other people can help and be inspired as well. And most importantly, I have to mix all these passions together so YouTuber Simulator is better than the Creeper's Forge, but it could mean exactly the same thing for my fans who have retained interest. So if they want the name, they can decide to keep the name, maybe Creeper's Forge, if they really liked it. But that's for these people to decide. Right now, because I'm just considering and I'm not actually doing it, it has to be like in a pretty deep phase before I ask the question whether they want the name or not. I have to be decided to actually do it. So I'm gonna look into the skill list and see how it would work in a YouTuber Simulator fashion. We're gonna discuss that last hour. How about that? Just to clear our heads from all this rage of what YouTube does and make me responsible for doing all those things instead, okay? That's the best way to do it. It's like, well, you took a shit on our YouTube CEO, what do you have to offer in terms of not shitty material, you know, actual work. What do you? Yeah, you're good at shitting and digesting food. Okay, everyone's good at doing that. Sometimes people are actually bad because they don't do anything in life that's passion driven, and then you get a stomach ache because someone else outrunning you, and you feel jealous. Get that jelly in your belly, you know, like fuck. That's the worst thing ever. Jelly belly, dude. That's what I'm gonna leave you guys with, and I'm gonna get to the next hour. I mean, I can already imagine like boss fights that you're gonna have. All kinds of people you have to just beat up. In terms of influence score, like the influences all of a sudden will start mattering. Maybe I will turn in YouTube map into something you can actually interact and build different areas. Fucking Creeper's Forge mode, dude. It's insane. Different factions control those different areas and build different things in them to introduce you with just different aspects of life and what kind of influence you can generate, what kind of wealth you can generate. But you have to, survive in those areas and be quite challenged by what it throws at you. It's amazing. It's a very nice concept, I would say. So I could probably work my way all the way up, release Creeper's Forge 2, and then start modifying those tiny aspects of the factions, getting more and more relatable to this map. So this, yeah. But Creeper's Forge 2 comes first. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna be using. Either my engine is gonna work or flop. It's unlikely. Again, I just need to do that final cut. I have to find that special time. It will happen. I'm kind of done here with this simple concept of writing commands. So, I'm just... Yeah, I don't necessarily like it to write into an inspector. I'll just write it, in the actual game mode. All these commands and all the save files for... Yeah, I'll have to... Yeah, it's easy. It's fine. So I'll do that. I should probably just do it, right? I should probably just jump into the engine already. I kind of just have the basics, but I'm not even gonna use it anyways. I don't feel that it's gonna be useful enough at some point. So all that happened, I just simulated how it would work, and that's just supposed to make me happy or whatever. But no. Oh. Select version. Oh, fuck you. That's a dumb one. Yeah, I can't use the newest version. I literally used 2017 for my engine, otherwise it breaks. But I probably will recode it, adapt it to the new Unity version. It's no big deal. Let's hope it's not a big deal. This is always a big deal to just download something else. So I'll definitely look into this. I'll try tomorrow. If I can break it tomorrow, it's just gonna be the happiest day ever. But I don't think I can do it in one day. But it's just literally make it and break it. It's just straight up. The more I talk about it, the worse I'm gonna feel. So we can still think about how Tuber Simulator would look like, but I don't like it anymore. But I still like the skills related to like this real life aspect, so it's still worth looking into it, okay? because I keep finding all these weird, things. Successfully resetting a channel. Just like in Skyrim, after you reach 100 level, you can reset the skill, which is kind of awkward, right? What? Reset it? It's kind of awkward. It would be quite fascinating skill to have in RuneScape, by the way. Just resetting a skill, but making it twice as faster to come back to the same level, or something like that, which you reset, and maybe you even double that experience of how far you can get, but twice as fast. You might even double that experience. And if you reset again, you get even more experience doubled, but you have to reach that level, obviously. So all of a sudden, learning skill is now something you have to stack your resets properly. And each time you do it, you get to re-experience what that feels like to start from scratch and, do it faster each time. You know what you have to be prepared to do. It's kind of interesting, I suppose. The baby brain mode. I don't know. It's gonna get better over time as well. So let's not look into this for too long. So we know what trading looks like. I mean, what marketing looks like, what fishing looks like in YouTube. But trading is something different, right? Trading is you're trying to maybe exchange comments into something that works. It gives you likes, it gives you self-esteem, so that's sort of like minor trading. You have to know how to get that piece of attention, how to spark outrage. It's pretty difficult, honestly. But you gotta do it. You gotta hone that skill. But what would be all these harvesting skills in the YouTube landscape? Well, it's something that you make videos with, right? All these materials that you gather is how you make videos. But when you're creating weapons, for example, it's a different thing. So you're mining and you're grabbing those deeper earth minerals for like serious fighting. You're fighting those insecurities, man, and fighting all this garbage. But when you're harvesting flowers, you're like, it's decorative. It can make your video look good. And wood cutting make your video look functional, and appealing to a wider audience. It's like you have to watch this because it's so useful, it's so interactive. It feels like something like that. It feels like a movie. That's what wood cutting is about. Because wood just has so much functionality. That's where I take it from. And then you have all these defensive things where you're trying to defend yourself against insecurities and all downfalls of making videos. Of things you pick up and they break your channel. Subscribers you pick up. Followers you pick up that you don't like. They stack up and bring you down. So you want to dig into that as well. That's what you're digging. You're digging for that special bullshit value that people are sitting on. And once you dig that out, you clean that up and you find power. You claim their power, basically. They're just useless minerals down in your basically land, and you dig them up. It works. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna touch knowledge just yet, because it seems like if it's even more complicated than memory, I don't know what it is. It's probably the view getting process and how you manage the attention. You have to still get that final race going, the final event of releasing a video, and the trip that you go before you do it and after you do it. I think that's crazy. and you still have to like manage the process while it's happening, while people are tuning in and leaving comments and getting reactions of some kind. You still should be able to tweak a few things, because layered on top of the video of what people, the closest people who will quickly visit your video and leave actual helpful feedback, because they know what you're gonna be doing for like an hour after the video is released. You have to like tinker with people's expectations and what you missed out on, all the mistakes you think you did. So you should be able to, and all the references that you need to highlight, maybe like this is now explained, and it works, and it might not be too far away either. This might be 2022 game, and 2021 should be Creeper's Forge 2. So here you go. I have a roadmap to follow. Fuck. I have plans. No, I don't want to wake up tomorrow. That sucks. Yeah, I tried to add Susan Wojcicki into my sexuality, and it turns out she's 52, so she looks like a dead person already. Not like Keanu Reeves, okay? It's a different story. But sometimes you can get tricked by her smile and be like, I can still fap to this. I can still do it. I couldn't do it. And it's now a very important spiritual tactic to me. It's like, well, you hold power. Can I hold it too? In my balls? See, what's going on here? This is that dirty talk that you would get in actual workspaces. YouTube doesn't know how to control anything at all, how to do anything at all, how to fight back against the government. We've got all these policies that we have to follow of YouTube's insecurity. Potentially, no one can be discovered, no one can grow up on YouTube, and it's game over. So I want to find YouTubers who have success stories that just still grow in this weird, twisted landscape. That's so I want to know how that looks like. I'm kind of, yeah, in this mood of like making workspace videos, and you can relate to me if you really deeply care about YouTube. Like, you have to be so fucking insane about it to keep up with me. I don't think anyone replies to me ever. Forever. The best place that I got most replies from, number one place is Reddit, and I guess I really guess Taylor Swift is gonna take the Reddit and gonna push me towards that app, and gonna ask me to just post a bunch of shit post everywhere. Just like, just create drama everywhere. Because Reddit does not censor things as fast as everywhere else. Okay, they have rules, just like Discord has rules. So you're gonna get kicked out eventually. But until that, you can shitpost. Because now, that's how I feel every day. You just wake up and shitpost. And there's nothing else I can do until my computer gets a decent upgrade and stop screaming. It's too hot. It's literally middle of the night right now. It's impossible to be hot, right? Kind of. I'm just surprised that it's hot when there's no apps going up. Like, there's a few folders in Unity, not even fully opened. I am literally doing nothing with my computer and it's burning up. So I will demand another fix. We'll have to say goodbye to my computer for a few more fucking days again. I'm in so much fortune right now with this simple fucking thing. Imagine $2,000 computer just breaking like that. Just casually. Also, I can't even start charging anymore somehow. It just doesn't start. Okay. Whew. This is amazing. Yeah, my life is fucking bullshit. I technically deserve this, right? Because I made mistakes, but nobody like stopped me from being wrong as a customer. Okay? Do I have to reminder? Customer is always wrong, and people will take advantage of that so hard, especially if you don't just bitch around and keep throwing your computer. Please fix this, assholes. You know, and then throw money at them. Please fix this, I really need this. And what I should have done as I was going home, instead of throwing away my computer, I literally did that. Stationary computer, I'd throw that away. I'd say, that's too big for me. I'm not gonna send it home or anything. Well, that was a mistake. Now I realize that was a huge mistake, because the stationary computers are just prevail over anything. And if I just fix it, easy fix, easy life, dude. It's game over at this point. It's so much better than laptops. But I'm wrong. And what do I do? I want to be right from the very beginning. That proves that there are no issues with anything. But that's impossible. But there is a possibility of how to do it. You don't start with the crazy ass expensive computer. You get used ones and you level up from that point. You just keep upgrading. Just take a used computer, swap it for a better one. Keep on doing that. Keep on leveling up. If something doesn't work anymore, it's probably gonna be an overused computer and you can just throw it away. Okay, it can't be fixed. Like there should be some kind of thought put into this system, but it's just another way to realize how we need gaming to be a part of real life and not just a part of escaping from stress that people don't have. People don't have stress, okay? People now are rich and fucking famous, so congratulations on those. And even if you're not personally rich and famous, meaning that you didn't put enough work or whatever, it means someone else did it for you, and you can just watch them and relate to them, and congratulations, you can still escape, you know, your stupid reality, and leave me hanging, you know, not exist for yourself, exist for other people. And when you watch my videos, you get stressed out, and maybe you do something about it. It's like, And now I see another Instagram person that I DM'd, and immediately after, now they have a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend. Like, what happens What is just... Do I have magical skills all of a sudden? Because I take full credit and responsibility for this happening, okay? So I know there's some kind of work I can do, but this one cannot be watched over, let's say, so I don't know what the result is going to be. I have to be doing some kind of work where I come back and see what happens that people not telling me about, not giving me credit about, which is really busted, okay? When you chat with... Yeah, that is a tricky shit. I'm not gonna lie. When you interact with other people outside of your bubble of... well, how is it called? I'm just gonna call it safe space. Okay, you feel safe in the bubble, but you go outside, you stress yourself out, you come back a completely different person, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I have to make a few changes in my life, and this is what I can do with one punch. So and I somewhat got a little bit of credit, because the weirdest part, she said something in a conversation that was repeated in the caption of her photo. It's like, well, from the soul, basically. She repeated that phrase, which means it was very deep. Okay. I don't know if she does that caption ever again, but or she repeats that. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just to me, it's more like a mockery of how women behave. Like, I can be happy for her. It's like, wow, congratulations. And I have to be like, oh, I'm a magician now. Magic happened, and I will never know, and I'm not supposed to know. Yes, I kind of have to know. I boosted someone's self-esteem. They going off to live a better life, potentially. But they will crash anyways, you know? It's not like they made me my friend. Their friend, right? If they're not friends with me, and they're hoping that, oh, I just boosted their self-esteem, and now immediately after they're just gonna test that out in the real world. It just amazes me. How do you do that? But at the same time, I cannot do it. So I want to see people crash and burn. That's what's gonna happen. Not in your comfort zone. One punch. Yeah, let's test it out. Yeah, just run away from your comfort zone and it's like, say everyone hi. You're a different person now. You have changed. Now you have a bruise on your face. Congrats. Is that how it works? You introduce yourself as a beaten up war hero? That's pretty good. You say, I did use a pretty big punch in there. I don't know. I'm gonna send her a DM just to make sure I know what's going on. See what happens. I don't want to make this joke, but I'm gonna make this joke as quickly as possible. So when Hillary and Trump were fighting it off, while at the same time Naruto and Sasuke were fighting it off, it comes to my attention, like, yeah, Hillary was winning because she was a woman, and that's what low-tier people are all about, like, we need a first women president. But you know what Donald Trump is? He's gay. You know, just like every president, because they have to look up to a president and be like, that's what I want to be, you know, that's what I aspire to be, that's the person that I want to replace. I'm a better guy than this guy. You know, like every president has to play this role. It's a really gay role. And if a man takes on a role for too long, now that's something to be proud about. Not about first woman president. But I'm not proud of this joke. I'm just like pointing it out for my self-esteem, which I just kind of sold to Satan already. It's a shitty joke. It's a shitty observation even. It's not even cool. Presidents are not gay. They're old. They're old and boring. That's what they are. You know, trying to be trendy is not trendy, okay? That's what boomers do until they get exposed. Oh, you're just a boomer because you look ugly and old. And you come from a completely different generation, so you should act differently. But you shouldn't straight up attack people for using phones and technology either. So, yeah, that's it. That's the whole point. Also, I was greeted by Panda. That's cool. Just need to keep on working very hard. I was going through Susan W videos, okay? I was going through the videos that other people post on her, so I can comment I am YouTube CEO a few more times to people. Just a quick reminder before shit gets really annoying. So put on ventilation. You might even be able to hear it. And I realize Blizzard did it again. They did it again. They deleted half of the game and pretend that it's a feature. You know, I can't attack, and they pretend it's a fucking feature. So it's a part of the game. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Holy shit, Blizzard! How do I delete this game from my fucking life now? Because people gonna fucking haunt me. They're gonna ghost me now. Do you understand? What am I supposed to do? I'm traumatized by this bullshit. Everything hurts. Oh, look, another rogue. Now I auto-concede to rogues too? Well, there are now 3 auto-concede classes: Paladin, Mage, and Rogue. So, technically, there's no strategy in the game. Okay? Paladin gets Divine Shields, Rogues get Stealth, and Mages get Freeze. And they live happily ever after, not interacting with the actual game anymore. It's just they break it. Cool. See what happens when you print stupid cards? Stupid effects? Not interactive effects? It's like, what the fuck? Is this a game? This is gonna go face, you know? You know where this is gonna go. Am I erasing this little shit? It's gonna be interesting. Wow, he has a hunter hero power. If he doesn't attack, I concede. I'm like, okay, yeah. Wow. Attack my face, asshole. Shut the fuck up and do something. Wow. I kind of want to concede now. He's holding me hostage, basically. Oh, he had backstab all along, so he didn't have to wait and not attack my face. Like, what's the point? Do you know how to play Rogue? Do you know how to play the fact that aggro decks exist as well, just like control decks, that's another fail. I will literally not play Hearthstone anymore. That's it. This is where it ends, dude. I'm I'm going nuts. One thing I'm gonna do before I break Hearthstone completely, I have to break it completely. I have to delete this Steam. Somehow erase it from my memory. Like, it's insane. How do I do that? Cool. Let's figure this thing out. So I'll probably just go phase 2. Or shut him down. Okay, shut him down sounds a lot more appealing. Good enough, right? I get from a 1-drop. Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter, really. Either it's decent or better than... No. Most of them is shit. Most of the time it's just bait. It doesn't even kill anything. Ooh. It looks boring, right? It's like, what is this? You have... the moment a class gets enough weapons, it does exactly that. It just ignores everything. And it's like, I have all the weapons, buddy. I don't give a fuck about anything. No tempo, nothing. Well, one thing that's gonna happen, I'm just gonna dump this. And just putting on 5 armor saves me right now. Any heal saves me in these situations. In tempo situations versus aggro. Any heal saves my ass. So, the more Blizzard prints those healing cards or taunt cards and all that shit, I'm okay with the game. I still can play somehow. Just Paladin right now is over the top outrageous. Even Druid is outrageous. Like, there are classes that not supposed to feel like garbage, but they actually broke those. Finally, you know? You finally did it, Blizzard. Congratulations. I'm not dead yet. Oh wait, I am. No, he has 7, I have 8. So that's a thing. You'll find that 1 damage. It's not that difficult. I'll have to start wielding taunts and shit. You know? 1 damage is inevitable just because of how the deck is constructed for Rogue. So I'm just not even gonna gamble on this one. So stupid. They allow themselves to do that? Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna have to do something special here. In my arsenal, in my tempo arsenal, I have to know what is the best taunt in the game. Currently, it was Bone Wraith. Crimson Head is also pretty good. Even Argus is good as a tempo card that taunts up. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 4-drop though. Shit. Kinda wanna give up the evolution card, but it's a weapon. So technically this doesn't fit more. Here you go. Fixed. Give me more rogues now. I'll take it. Now it's easy. You know, you put a taunt and all these aggro decks just... Wait, taunt? What do? I don't have silence. So Blizzard did one good job of figuring out how to print one keyword. One keyword that works. Okay, and protect it a little bit. Paladin is almost auto-concede, so we're just gonna spectate. We're not gonna play. the game. Just gonna pretend that we're entertained right now, as we're losing every turn. So turn 1, we're losing. Okay? This is where it starts. If he gets a Libram, we're losing even more now, because I can't delete this shit. So Adol, okay. We're still losing, by the way. Especially, I don't have a 3-drop, so it's kind of game over now. I literally smacked a 4-drop into a 3-drop that also drew a card. So you can understand how fucking broken right now my interactions are towards the Paladin. This is a 4-drop. This is Overload. He has a Libram, so I can concede already. I can't play any 4-drops. Alright. Game over. If I don't have a perfect opening against Paladin, it's just auto-concede, so... They will always steal my tempo. With heals and shit. They're technically a tempo control class, a mid-range. But they also have perfect openings. That's why they can survive playing stupid cards. And that was a crazy-ass opening, by the way. He's fucking lucky. I'm not gonna lie. You need to... I don't think I need to do this as an opener, though. I would prefer to have more Murlocs like these. Probably even replacing the 2-drop. It seems my ventilation actually is working right now. Wow. Maybe it's a good idea that I just, you know... I cared. I just cared about my computer. Please, computer, don't die on me. I will ventilate you. Obviously, dude. Obviously. Get the fuck out of my board, you piece of shit. Now I'm so happy that my computer is not suffering anymore. I can do stuff. Oh my god. Because I touched it and it's like cold. Charger is cold. It's not dying every second of its life. Oh my god. It's the best feeling ever. I don't feel bad, dude. This is where it shuts down even this stupid champion sword. It's amazing. It's the best feeling ever. I have to follow it up with this, don't I? No, I don't. Well, next turn I'll follow it up, so... Same deal, really. Oh, this looks good. Maybe I will not ban Hearthstone just yet. You know, this edgy experience of do I ban Hearthstone for my life or not? This is the best thing ever, dude. It's the craziest, most unfair feeling you can get. How the fuck, man, you know? Like, how the fuck? Ah, this is good. This is perfect for my... for my next move after a bunch of Librams get dumped. Probably only when Librams get dumped, or a Hope. Yeah, here you go. Oh, I have a big dude. Oh, what are you gonna do? Am I right? Am I right? Hello. How's it going? Looking for duty, am I right? I can probably dump this on here. Or just give him an extra Murloc. So that's the choice that I'm facing here. Probably I want an extra Murloc. If I draw a dragon, like, fuck yeah, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You too, buddy. Here you go. Also, he has to kill the correct Murloc right now, or he's gonna get punished. I just have this to double invoke Galakron because double invoke is where the difference happens. He actually killed the right Murloc. That's impressive. Okay. And if I invoke Galakron fully, it can win you the game, basically. So, pretty valuable. This sucks. A little bit. Does it suck? It seems like I'm winning, honestly. On every aspect in my life right now. Can you imagine? Stupid destiny strikes again. Yeah, it's like, well, I obviously needed to ventilate my computer. And I'm like, there must be some kind of other problem. Who cares? Look at this bad boy. I don't know what Blizzard is thinking sometimes. I just don't understand. Because now it's gonna take an entire eternity to beat this. It's just ridiculous. I can't... I have to use my entire... Oh, okay. Okay. That's not bad. I just use half of the board to get through this. 8 drop. That was an 8 drop. 2-card 8 drop. Cute. I guess my 8 drop doesn't suck either. You say it's a 7 drop? Maybe it's a 9 drop. Maybe it's a 9 drop that breaks divine shields. Dragon. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. How am I gonna activate my totem reflection now without a dragon? I have to break this, and it's so frustrating. Cool. Have you run out of cards yet, Mr. Paladin? It's so easy. He just plays out stuff. He doesn't give a fuck. There's no, like, super combo. Libram is just a discount. A discount that wins you the game, essentially. Like, I'm not impressed, is what I'm saying right now. Dragon, please, man. Why? Why would you do this to me? I would play this and shit. Okay, whatever, dude. I guess I'll just evolve. In a lame way. Wait, what is that? What is that? What? He has to kill this. You have to kill this, sir. Oh, wow, top deck magic, dude. Ah, he's killing. It's game over because he gets the Libram. It's easy for him. I don't understand, Blizzard. I don't understand nothing. Okay? It's like he's unkillable now because of the hope thing, and he just got hope back. Are you fucking kidding me? Feels bad, man. I have to kill this. Potentially. Potentially I'm still not completely toast. I can do stuff. I mean, just being able to play the game, wow, I should be satisfied, right? I should just play Arena until everything just calms down. in here. It's like, wow. I am impressed how fucking bullshit this game now is becoming. So literally, no. Literally no. Maybe after every year is finished, after every rotation, you can feel good for like the first expansion, right? Because that's exactly all you get, a rotation and an expansion at the same time. And here you go. It's like, well, I have 10 cards. I'm a pure paladin. I can afford to play a pure paladin and not give a fuck about building a deck at all. Not, you know, like, these cards suck. I can understand Zephyrus, but this is where things start sucking ass. Like this card design, thinking that this is okay. What the fuck? It either works or it doesn't. You know, that sort of stuff. It's either broken or it's not broken. And nobody cares about the other options. So, congrats, Blizzard. Congrats. I enjoy this game well enough. You going to the garbage! Just to prove your worth. Any point you want to fucking say shit to me. I will also say to 20 channels that I'm not interested, just so they get the idea of how not interested I am. Hide. So now it's a hide and seek game. Warshack, I like your content, so get the fuck out of here and do something else. Hide. I just hate Hearthstone so much. But my life is gonna be a lot better. See, I mean, I already unsubscribed from Kriparian. It's a really, really bad sign. We bought a 5... I don't unsubscribe from Rania, so I'll just watch this real quick. She's like the cutest person in the universe. Okay. And Kriparian is super lucky. 20 times over, probably. I am a Hearthstoner. Very stone Hearthstoner. That's all I can look at, is just how cute his wife is. That's it. That's all I can look at and say. A Divine Rager. They needed a Divine Rager, okay? I was leveling up that Rager thing this whole time. You didn't even saw that coming, did you? Rager was me. I was able to be pinged off by one hit, by one video, and I say, oh, I really like this. But, oh shit, I'm hiding subscriptions. That's not how it works. I have to say not interested. Don't recommend channel. Do you know what happens when I say don't recommend the channel? Do you know how fucked up it gets for everyone in the Hearthstone community? I'm gonna click one of each, so it doesn't matter the order, whether it's ties or trump. Like, fuck off. You just miss out on that, like the most important idea. I can't play the game yet. I thought it was going to evolve into like a more elaborate thing. But see what Blizzard does, they don't consider that certain aspects of the game, certain keywords, kill the game because it's not interactive anymore. And the other keywords kind of save your ass. But then they also do pure paladin, and there's nothing you can do about it. They do Highlander mage. They design decks without even knowing that they're doing it, you know, without consciously understanding what's going on. This absolute brutality. They don't even know that having 16 points of tempo and calling it Reno is a bad idea. When Reno was healing you for 30 points, that was maximum 16 points of tempo. Like, maximize. If you really squeeze that Reno really hard, and every class had an access to it, so it wasn't cheesy at all. Everyone could have squeezed that little bit of recovery tempo. And it's a recovered tempo, but it's still, you know, it's a tempo play when you heal yourself. But this, you destroy the board from someone. You rip it apart. You steal someone's tempo, and it's like, wow. And it's so cheesy to do it. Most of the time you're going to be able to get that 10 damage output easily. And that's their entire design decision, basically, to screw over people. It's unbelievable. I am not interested. And let's see how long it's gonna... Unkillable Paladin? Exactly. Very interesting how that happened. Just Unkillable Paladin, yeah. Literally an immortal class has been created. Absolutely immortal. It doesn't matter what the win rate is, because it's never going to be 100%, which is like what people might want to point out at some point in their lives. But it doesn't matter. It's the way that the game plays. It's the way that there are unfair interactions happening constantly. And I just had to sit through 4 games in a row of just garbage. Literally, the moment I tech against Rogue, I get to realize, well, the game actually sucks. Regardless, the 2 classes that are auto-concede, everyone else is trying their best to be aggro, which is another aspect I talked about many times. When there are control classes, unkillable classes basically, everyone else is trying their best to be as aggressive as possible because the game is becoming so shitty. They don't want to struggle, okay, anymore. They don't want to care about this shit. How long will this fucking last? Okay. Now I'm just gonna rewind and see if there's any Hearthstone content left. I'm really cleaning it up right now. I don't want to see this anymore. I have better things to do. But I'm probably just gonna pick up another card game and waste my time on it. No, I mean, the reality is very simple. Very simple reality. I'll give... I don't know what to do. I'll let Rania suck up all the... valid points. And there are 5 points left over. So they're gonna be burnt easily. Easily burn. And then they appear here. And then sorry, Crip. Banned. It's game over. This guy Stos is unbanned, by the way. Oct. You just got Oct, motherfucker. Here you go. Just banned, straight up. And Rania gets the points, so she becomes the exception. Is there a exclamation? I'll just use that. No, I don't like that actually. I'll just give her a heart so she can hold it. Here you go, that's it. Hearthstone is no more. I'm tired of banning cards. I'm tiring of creating an auto-conceit classes as my response. I'm tired of waiting for nerfs every single time a new expansion rolls out. I'm tired of playing Arena because deck building is actually something I enjoy doing. I'm tired of being tired, obviously, and adding Hearthstone just because, you know, just because I'm frustrated. Just because I'm frustrated, all of a sudden it's getting all the attention that it doesn't deserve. If a card game was good, I would say, oh, play this card game, it's very good, come play with me. And this is where it would end. And when new people would come in, I would recommend playing with me. Right now, as it stands, this game is insane. And what another thing that I'm gonna do is just gonna declare on Hearthstone Reddit that I'm leaving. So I think I will have to make a video about this, because I'm like, what is this flash away to leave Hearthstone? I'm gonna give top 100 cards why I want to leave immediately. Just run the fuck away. It's game over, basically. So we're gonna collab with Hearthstone just one more time. I'll open it up. This is one last time. I'm restoring this, and I'm gonna count down top 100 cards. That made me leave.